We are rolling right along with Huck's 52-week movie challenge, and we've got week 6, a movie from the 1950s or earlier. So as I'm recording this, I get a text message from my friend who says, I swear to God, random text message about the 52-week movie challenge. And he says, for your challenge on the all numeric movie title, if you have not previously seen it, may I recommend 1408? Um, well, Greg, I guess I'll just spoil it for you now. I had already picked that movie as my all numeric title, so I'm looking forward to checking that one out in a few weeks. But anyway, this week was a movie from the 1950s or earlier, um, and there's a specific director that I'm trying to tackle this year. Haven't seen a lot of his movies. Alfred Hitchcock. So a couple weeks back, or actually, Jesus, it's halfway through February now. So I guess it was 6 or so weeks ago when we did our kind of our goals for 2026. I had said that I wanted to start watching more Alfred Hitchcock. So this challenge, I think, is going to kind of open up um, a few different categories. I think I could probably use Hitchcock movies for, but for this one, I went with Rear Window. I had never seen it before. It's a classic. It's from 1954, so it falls within that criteria. I have this ultimate Blu-ray set of Alfred Hitchcock movies, and it is one of the many that are in here. There are a ton of movies in this one, so again, I'll probably be watching a lot of these this year as I work to watch more and more Hitchcock. I think there's some black and white movies of Hitchcock that I could use for the black and white week. So we'll see. I haven't decided on a title for that one, but for week 6, I went with Rear Window. Again, first time watch. Rear Window stars James Stewart, Grace Kelly. He is wheelchair bound, broken leg, and he's just kind of stuck in his apartment, and he's just basically people watching. It's about voyeurism and just kind of like who he's watching, and then he eventually thinks that he is witness to a crime, so he begins to try to figure it out, working with his girlfriend and his aide, not really getting a lot of help from his cop friend. But really, I thought it started off a little slow. I think the first act, it's about the atmosphere, the observation, and I do feel like it could have sped up a little bit of that to get to the mystery a little quicker. But really, once it gets going, it's really, really well done. Hitchcock is, he's known for this kind of master of suspense. Obviously, you have Psycho. That's probably the only one I've really seen of his out of in this collection. But I think he handles the suspense pretty well. It takes time to establish kind of the apartment courtyard, all of the different neighbors, because he's kind of watching all of them. He's seeing kind of just the daily lives of everybody living around him. I guess in hindsight, that does make the mystery work a little bit better. But again, I just think they could have moved that a little bit quicker to get to the mystery part. Once the mystery kicks in, it gets going, and the tension just kind of really locks you in. And I really, really enjoyed this movie overall. All right, let's talk about the performances. You have James Stewart here. I thought he did a good job. I was talking with Johnny from Johnny Loves Movies. He was not a fan of James Stewart in this movie. I don't know. I thought he did an okay job. No issues with the performance. I feel like he was a little bit vulnerable in this role just because he really couldn't take action. He's not an action star in this at all. He's stuck in a wheelchair, and he just kind of has to watch and try to figure out what's going on from his apartment and from afar. So I thought he did an okay job. You have Grace Kelly in here. She brings just a piece of elegance to the film. Very bold character, also very beautiful character. I have never seen anything that Grace Kelly has been in, but wonderful, wonderful performance on her part here. And then you have Thelma Ritter, who plays like the aide. So she comes in every once in a while, helps James Stewart character out, washes him, feeds him, cooks and stuff for him. So she kind of brings a little bit of the comedic undertone to the film. She's almost like a little firecracker, just very witty, brings a little bit of humor into the story, and just very well done. You also have Raymond Burr, who plays the neighbor that James Stewart is suspecting of this crime, and you just kind of really, for the most part of this, you just see him moving within his apartment and kind of leaving the apartment with suitcases and just being very mysterious. And it's not really till closer to the end where he comes in and actually has some dialogue. And I thought he did a fine job as well. Pretty good villain character, I guess is what you would call him. Just a very mysterious character altogether. So I thought Burr did an alright job here as well. One thing that I kind of did not work for me too much is toward the end. There is a scene where people are running to kind of see what's going on or help, and they kind of sped it up a little bit. So it's almost like they're fast forwarding, and you can kind of see them scurrying a little faster. And it just, I don't know, I thought that was a little weird. It felt a little too heightened stylistically, almost a little exaggerated, I guess. I don't know, I'm not sure it needed to be done. I'm assuming it was intentional to increase the urgency of the scene, but it just felt a little weird, and probably one of my really only drawbacks in this film was that little sped up scene toward the end. In the end, you have a really well done movie, not just kind of this mystery, but also a film about voyeurism and people watching, about being passive versus taking action. And I just thought that Hitchcock did a really good job with the mystery and with the tension throughout this film. It's interesting how the entire movie is about watching other people's lives unfold, and I don't know, it just adds a little bit of like dimension to it. So overall, I really liked Rear Window. I gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd. I am looking forward to checking out more Alfred Hitchcock again throughout the year here. I really want to work through some of his filmography, because it is a bit of a blind spot in my movie watching experience. So that is it. Next week we have week 7, and that is a comfort movie. So I already have that one picked out. I'll give you a hint. Yeah, I'll give you a hint. I have a poster hung up in this room. It's not Jurassic Park, although that is a comfort movie of mine. It's a little bit different, but it's just a movie I picked for this coming week that I absolutely love. And I don't know, I feel like when it comes to comfort movies, it's one I really like to revisit quite often. So looking forward to checking that out, giving you my thoughts on that in next week's video. If you guys want to see the full list of the 52-week movie challenge, just stay tuned to the very end. After I kind of wrap all this up, I'll post it at the end here so you can check that out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this out with your movie loving friends. I am on Letterboxd, Instagram, and Facebook. I will drop a link in the description below to all those social media platforms. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.